It's Wednesday, September 3rd. I think I'm moving. I think it's gonna be my last day in my apartment, even though I have like a little more than a week left till my lease ends. But it just kind of makes sense to move out my stuff today because my parents are around to kind of help me get all the things out, and I don't know, it's easier to do with two people than one, right? So I keep saying I think and I don't know, and probably not because I don't know, but because I don't actually want to leave. So it's a lot harder, or a lot sadder, I guess, for me than I thought it was gonna be. Yesterday was my last day at Ladder, and Desiree brought a cake, so we were telling people that it was my half birthday because I felt awkward telling people it was my birthday. And then some people I was telling I was moving, and some people kind of knew already, and then not everyone knew. So some people that I was telling like, oh, it's my half birthday, later found out, and then would come up to me and be like, wait, you're leaving. And it was a lot more emotional than I thought it was gonna be. But if you saw me yesterday and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to tell you that that was out of denial, because this city has changed my life tremendously, and not to be dramatic and be like, oh, such a huge life-changing thing, but the kid or the girl I was even like 12 months ago last year is such a completely different person from who I am now. If I told you that I was going to go to a game night every week at a bar, I probably would have laughed at you. If I was just gonna sit in my car or random places with people that I barely know, or I have known for a few weeks or a few months, or sometimes even met that day, I probably also would have laughed at you. I was the kid who said I didn't think I was ever gonna go to a concert, or would never want to go to a concert because it like being too loud. And you know, like I'm the kind of girl who would rather watch movies at my house than a movie theater, because you know, you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do while you're watching a movie. And this year I have gone to, I want to say like 2 like DJ sets, I've gone to 2 concerts. The amount of like football, hockey, basketball games I've gone to is way more than anything I've ever gone to. The random adventures I've gone on, either even by myself or with Desiree, Jamon, Tyler, insanely insane. The kid I was last year was a quiet little mouse who did not think that she would move to another city and become a completely different person. I didn't think I would be this sad. And this sucks. It sucks a lot more than I want it to. But I'll be back eventually. Philly's like 3 hours from New York. I don't want to be sad. And like, I guess, I don't know, I didn't do very much to help myself stay, so I do know that's my fault. But I don't know, we're gonna figure it out. But I've had a good time here. I'm really happy that I got to spend my year here. Really crazy how I ended up here anyway. Young Alisha did not think she would ever move out, live on her own in another state, hours away from Rockland. But yeah, I don't know, we're gonna call this a happy. We're happy we had time here. Yeah. I don't want to be just like sitting and crying on camera, but yesterday it was basically my last day at Ladder. I don't know why I keep saying it as if things are not actually happening, but yesterday was my last day at Ladder. At least for a good while, I do think so. And Desiree bought a cake, and I didn't like want to tell people. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm making it sadder than it should have been. Like, some people know that I'm leaving, and some people don't. But people hugged me, and I didn't think that I would be sad. I talk about the Liberty Bell so much. It is just a bell, but like, yes, the historical significance behind it. But it was closed, obviously, yesterday, because by the time we were out and about and came back, it was closed. But I said that I wanted to go to the Rocky Steps. So after ladder, we went there and just kind of hung out for a while. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, the city of Philadelphia is a city of, like, you know, freedom and liberty and the brotherly love to a lot of people. And for me specifically, like, the freedom and the independence and the growth that the city has given me, and to spend my last days in the city there meant a lot to me. Before I moved, anyone I told that I was moving to Philly gave me the, like, oh, Philly's such a scary city, you're gonna get kidnapped, you're gonna get mugged. So I did spend my first, I want to say 4 days in my apartment, like, didn't really go anywhere, didn't really leave, was kind of in the, like, okay, you know, like, it's a scary place, we can't go anywhere, you're new, you don't know anyone. And then after my 4th day was kind of just like, all right, if you don't go anywhere, you're just gonna end up sitting here for the rest of the year. It's gonna be like the same high school experience where you were not really doing anything, you were a quiet mouse, and you kind of just, you know, head down, kind of stuck to yourself. So really used Facebook and Facebook events to kind of find anything and everything to do. And if you know me in person, and I've told you my, like, what I was doing and what I have done here, it is crazy to think back to who I was a year ago. I was going to random dance classes. I went to random yoga classes. I was doing anything and everything that I thought I was like, okay, I'm going to meet people and then I'm going to become friends with these people. Yeah. And that eventually got me to ladder. Eventually got me to going to game nights consistently, eventually got me to, you know, making friends at ladder and being excited about seeing the same people and, like, seeing Spencer or Michael or Desiree and Jamon, Tyler, my boys who refuse to call me Alisha because, you know, Desiree's name is Alisha. Yeah, it's been a really crazy journey, and I know I keep saying that over and over again about how much I've changed, but if you know me in real life, the quiet mouse I was a year ago, and how much I've a yapper now for no reason, be talking to random people and telling them my life story. Saw Brian a few weeks ago, literally gave this man like a 40-minute rundown of my year here. But yeah, I've changed so much, and the city of brotherly love and independence and freedom has given me everything and more that I literally could have ever asked for. And I am just a grateful gal. A grateful, sad gal, but a grateful gal that I did get to spend my year here, that I did get a lot more independence, that I got to meet a lot of people and hear a lot of stories, and you know, you just never kind of know what someone is going through or what someone has gone through or what led them to where they are today. And I feel like I have heard a lot of perspective and, you know, kind of was the shy, awkward girl who didn't know who to talk to or, you know, didn't really see how life was going to pan out, and things just did. People were really nice to me. And I keep bringing up ladder because ladder was such a huge part of my year. And people were just really nice to me. I told Michael yesterday about how my first day at ladder, I walked into ladder, just saw it on Facebook, and it was like a game night that was held at a bar, and it seemed like random people just show up, you know, people bring their board games and just find a table and kind of do their thing. And I was telling him about how on my very first day, I walked in, and obviously I was an awkward little turtle who didn't know anyone and didn't know where to go, and just kind of sat at the first table that I saw, and it was 3 guys who definitely knew each other, at least from the games, and they were talking about like computer stuff and IT stuff and computer games, and literally everything and anything they said were going over my head. I didn't really understand the game that we were playing, but just was kind of in the like, okay, this is something to do. If you don't like it, you stop coming. And he came up to the table, beer in hand. This is what I think of every time I think of him. And did the like, hey, I'm Michael. Who are you? What's your name? You know, and we had like a little random conversation about like, I don't know, just me being new and being there for the first time, and he was just really nice to me. And I always joke now that he's the friend that I always wave to, because at some point in time, you know, just became comfortable enough that it was like someone that I know, and anytime I saw him, it was just yeah, but people were really nice and accepting, and it was a lot easier to feel less awkward. V and Leo were really nice and accepting. When I, at some point in time, I don't want to say monikers maybe was the first time we like really started interacting, and then they let me tag along all of Six Flags. Yeah. They're my boys. Now that we hang out the last couple of weeks after ladder, yeah, y'all were also just really nice to me. Vibed really well. I don't know, I didn't think I would be so sad, and I didn't think I would be as attached to people as I am now. But yeah, the city of brotherly love has lived out to its name. I got the like, you know, like, not that people were mean, but that it would be a lot harder to make friends. You know, like, I moved, no, I'm not in college anymore, you know, like, I don't really have coworkers. I have one, I have Desiree, and you know, don't have roommates, moving here not knowing anyone at all. But most of the people that I have met have been really really nice and really accepting, and once you kind of get people to start talking, people open up and are, you know, more than willing to be your friend. It's still September 3rd. It's like later on in the day in September 3rd. My room is so empty now. I have a desk, which I need to figure out what I'm doing with that, and then I have a little dresser, which I also need to figure out what I'm doing with that. But besides that, look how empty my room looks. There's nothing. The closets are empty. The bathroom is very clean, courtesy of my dad. Cleaning out everything for me. Yeah, there's some stuff in the fridge still, which I will get to between today and tomorrow. But everything is empty. There is the airbed, because I'm gonna stay tonight so I can figure out what I'm doing with the extra furniture. But besides that, everything else is gone. Everything is empty. It's really, I guess that means yesterday wasn't my last night, and today will be my last night, which I'm excited about, to stay one more day. But it's the end of the Philly chapter, basically. I am very sad to go, but I don't know, we'll figure it out. I've had a great time here, as I've said 5,000 times. I would do it over and over again. I'm very excited that I met all the people I did. I got to see all the things that I did, and I'll be back. We're trying to be optimistic. I'm sadder than I'm letting on, but it's okay. We're optimistic, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be fine. And 4701 Pine Street, we'll be back. Okay, so basically some of what I just said before was a lie. Today is Friday, September 12th. Today's the actual last day of my lease. I did end up coming back for Tuesday game night, and then just kind of stayed throughout the week. I'm gonna go return my keys now, so it's like the actual last day. Emptied out all the stuff, bathroom, everything is like empty now. Put everything in the car. Did all our second rounds of crying again this morning. Hung out with the boys again yesterday. But I'm going to Baltimore. I'm not going to Rockland. And then I'll go to Rockland tomorrow. But 9/16, it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a good year. I've been procrastinating giving off my keys. I've been doing everything very slowly. But at this point, it's 2 p.m. And I need to get moving. I kind of want to run up the rocky stairs one more time, even though I know I did it a few days ago, and go to church. It's like too late for me to go to mass, but like just like do a quick little walkthrough, be there for like 2-3 seconds, and then leave. But yeah, it's the actual end of 4701 Pine Street.
They can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit.